Welcome to the Hunt360 podcast. I'm E3 King. I'm here with founder of Hunt360, Jeremy Williams, and we got a special guest from A3 Outfitters, Ryan Nogosek. Ryan, it's great to have you. How you doing today?
Doing super. Thanks for having me, guys.
Well, man, I'm telling you, this is exciting because I get to get back with Ryan. I got to hunt with him a couple of months ago, and runs a first-class operation in New Mexico. So, Ryan, I'd like to just tell our guests a little bit about yourself and your history of what got you becoming an outfitter.
Well, I grew up in North Dakota. There's not much to do up there except fish and, hunt pheasants and whitetail. And I always wanted to hunt elk. So I had to figure out a way to move out west to where I could hunt elk. And back in the late 90s, after I graduated, I went to Arizona, started applying for elk, started killing some elk, and eventually just kind of got into the guide world.
Yeah.
Guys would say, well, you're hunting elk, you're doing a pretty good job, why don't you come work for me? And so I started guiding more and more and more, and then eventually I just went full time.
Wow.
And I was working for a fella named Marvin James, and I was working full time for him, and then he was killed about 5 or 6 years ago now. And so I just went out on my own and started my own deal and tried to maintain a lot of the clientele that we've been working with for, many years, and just, try and take care of them, put on good hunts, and treat them just like he would have. So,
well, you definitely do a good job.
I appreciate
there's no
that.
doubt. You have a great reputation, even your partner as well. I've met several people that know your partner, and they speak really highly of Jordan as well.
No, I appreciate that, and that's the hardest part of the whole business is finding the good help. We take pride in our guys. We got some really good dudes, and everybody does a real good job. They all treat each individual as they would their own and their own family members, and so it's a lot easier when you got good guys.
Yeah, definitely do. The guys we had and the ones you had on our trip we did, it was they were over the top, just busted their butt to make things happen, and to make it all come together in a great way. We worked hard in E3.
No doubt about it, and they made a lot of things possible for us.
Well, I tell you what, at the end of the day, we all sit around and talk at night, in hotel rooms, and if Flint wouldn't have killed a deer, those guys would have felt so horrible. They wanted him to kill a deer so bad, and that's how it is with everybody. We want you guys to come and be successful and have a good time.
Yeah.
And so when he finally killed the deer, they were on cloud nine. They were so happy for you guys, and that's what it's all about.
So people don't know, people listening, my son Flint was able to get a youth tag in New Mexico for a youth hunt, and A3 Outfitters New Mexico here took us on this youth hunt, and we got into an area on maybe second day of our hunt, located a buck, and then we spent 2 days chasing him around, and before we got him. But man, it was just a very emotional moment for me, and a very proud moment, and to watch my son. And actually, I was proud for everyone because everybody put in such a hard effort to get the deer that he wanted to harvest done. It was just a great experience all the way around.
And not to mention, he made a heck of a shot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we talked about that earlier with the Gunworks guy here.
Yeah.
Those making those long shots. He did it for his age. That's the first time he ever shot at a deer that far. Or,
Yeah.
100 yards or less is always ever done. 360 yards is a.
No, I bet he's got some confidence in him. He wants to do it again, and
Oh yeah.
so good for him. So and that's what it's all about. I get a bigger kick out of the clients or the kids when they kill something versus when I kill something, and that's kind of why I do what I do, because I get more enjoyment out of that than going to hunt on my own. Don't get me wrong, I like to hunt on my own, but
Yeah.
it's an awesome feeling when you do your job and at the end of the day you knock it down a good one or somebody goes home happy.
You got some kids coming up, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I got 2 little boys. They're still kind of young, 2 and 5, but I've got a 19-year-old daughter too. She's not real big into hunting, so I've taken her a few times, but I think I burnt her out. I was kind of hard on her in the beginning, so I think she'll just stick to doing town stuff for now.
Yeah. Well, those 2 boys, I'm sure, will be falling right in your
Oh
footsteps.
yeah, they already got bows and arrows, and shooting targets and things like that. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
There'll be you got something to really looking forward to watch them to be part of. I mean,
Yep.
it's just amazing experience as a father to watch it come together.
Oh, I'm
like
sure.
that.
I can't wait.
So anyway, I know E3's got some questions. I know he's always very knowledgeable about from the younger side of things.
Right.
And, so I'll let him, talk to you about that type stuff.
Well, I don't know how much I have for that, but what are you having the most fun hunting these days?
It just switches because, like I said, I moved down here to really focus on elk, and I got the elk bug like everybody does. I want to go out west and shoot a bull. I was real fortunate. I've killed quite a few elk, and it never gets old. And but by the time elk season is over, you're ready for deer, and the pack out's a lot easier. And there's just something about big mule deer. So I'm kind of torn. I've had hound dogs, so I've chased lions for years. I've done many things. And then you get the sheep bug. If I had to choose a favorite or pick something, one individual species, it'd be pretty tough. But I think elk is probably what I really, really am passionate about. Everybody wants a sheep tag. They're just so hard to come by. So when you do get to go on a sheep hunt, that's like the most amazing time ever. But taking kids is probably a close second, no matter what species it is. Hunting with the youth, female hunters really enjoy taking female hunters because there's not enough in the industry. We just need to keep the kids going, and so our next generation coming up has something to do.
Right.
It's going away quick. New Mexico just came up with, a new. They basically took away some tags for the outfitters and non-residents, so it's going to be a little bit harder to draw tags in the state of New Mexico now. It's up to 10% go to the outfitter pool, and up to 6% go into the non-resident pool, and they're guaranteeing 84% to the residents now. So it's going to be a little
tougher.
tougher.
What was it before? 74 or?
So, for example, say there was 25 tags in Flint's hunt. Say there was 25 tags. Well, 10% of that is 2.5, so you can't have a half a tag. So they would round it up to 3 tags in the outfitter pool. Well, now they're rounding it down to 2.
Okay.
So over the course of all the different hunts and units, it's taking away 280 tags.
Wow.
So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, it is. It's a lot. But, like the elk units that we apply for in Unit 15 and 16 and wherever else we hunt, none of those numbers really change because their whole number's like 150, so there's still going to be 15 tags in the outfit. So that's not really going to hurt us. But the sheep tags, it's going to hurt. And some of the youth hunts, it's going to hurt. But, so it's just, that's why it's important to keep the youth involved, and so when they get old enough, they still have animals to go after and areas to hunt. Because I'm nervous as a father of 2 young boys what it's going to be like in 15, 20 years, with all the new laws coming into place. So
it's really hard because you look at a lot of these people that spend 20 years getting a tag, they don't get to hunt with their children. Like we're fortunate. We're in the East Coast, Georgia. We get to hunt plenty of deer with our kids growing up, and it's just a lot of opportunities for us on our side. But on the Western states, totally different.
Absolutely.
You'll spend all those years, and you might not ever. A lot of people never get the opportunity to hunt sheep or some big elk with their children, and it's a shame.
It is. So, and that's one of the benefits of our state, and it is fairly expensive because you can go buy a landowner tag, and father and son or husband and wife or father and daughter can hunt together.
Yeah.
So there is that opportunity there. It does come with a price, obviously.
Yeah.
Because like you said, the chances of both of you drawing a tag for the same hunt is pretty tough, or even just one of you.
Yeah, just one of you.
So out west, that's one of the unfortunate things is like Arizona. It takes like you said, 20 plus years to get a really good tag or to be guaranteed a really good tag. And I mean, granted, there's other units that you can apply for and possibly draw a tag, but the quality goes down a bit. So
it's just if you want to hunt those great areas, you got to put in the time. I mean, and that's why they're great areas.
For sure.
But then again, there's a price to pay on the backside of with the youth. But there's also great youth opportunities out there as well. So,
Oh, for sure.
But,
And in our state, New Mexico, some of the best hunts we have are for the kids.
Right.
There's rut deer hunts and there's rut elk hunts with a gun. So, granted, there's not that many tags available, but
somebody's drawing them.
Somebody's drawing them, and man, I wish I was a kid again sometimes, because I'd like to have those tags.
Yeah. Hopefully, we're going to put in for we put in for hunts ourselves in
Right.
New Mexico, but my son's going to get back into for the elk now, trying to get in for youth elk applications.
And one thing I did notice this year, and they did move the season dates back a week.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, last year the youth hunt started on October 7th. This year it starts on October 10th, or it started last year on the 5th, I believe. Anyway, so now all the rifle hunts are a week later. And then next year they'll start creeping back again. So the youth hunt this year for elk might not have as much rut activity as you would say last year or the year before, but you still should hear some bugles and see some activity if you were lucky enough to draw one of those tags.
But it's the time the camaraderie you
Oh, yeah.
build. I mean, there's just so many opportunities there to build bond with your with your kids, and the education you learn from doing it as well.
Yeah, and those are memories that last forever too.
Yes, they do.
And so, if I'm correct, you're getting out there and getting after it every day as a guide. I mean, you're not only managing everything, you're also out there doing it. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How have you kept yourself in that condition, to this point, to still be able to do that and do it as effectively as y'all do it?
Well, I'm getting up there. I mean, I'm going to be 46, I think. And it wears on you. I don't do as many as I did, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but pretty close. I mean, we started in July and we're going to go till February. And the only one I'm not going to do is the February hunts because it's application time and I got to be available, be on the phone with folks. But I stay in shape best I can. It takes a little bit longer every year to get into shape. So even while I'm here, I try to run on the treadmill or do something so I don't lose a step out in the field. But that's the hardest thing is just maintaining that physical capability to take people out all the time. And because if you're not performing, it's going to make it harder for them to get what they came for.
Absolutely.
So our listeners, we're here at the Sheep Show in Reno, but there's a booth over here. It's called the Mountain Tough. They have this exercise bike over here for a challenge, a calorie burn challenge.
Really?
You should go over there and hop on that bike and see if you can win it.
What do you win?
I don't know.
I'm not sure they have it listed on the board, but if you burn the most calories in a minute, they put you on the leaderboard and win a prize. It's an assault bike.
Have to go check it out.
It looks like it'd be right up your alley.
I'll be darned. Well, good.
It's an app that they have for fitness.
Okay.
It's a really cool deal. It'd like something you would enjoy.
I'll go check it out for sure.
Yeah. But it's so what's your plans for growing the company? I mean, where are you going to go? What's your goals?
We started out rather small because we want to put on, quality versus quantity.
Yep.
And like I said earlier, the hardest part is getting the guys to guide quality people. So what we're doing is, we're interviewing quite a few folks and for different units. And every year we want to maybe add another unit or try another unit that has potential for good quality critters. And
Exactly.
slowly but surely, maybe shove a few more hunts into certain units and expand over time. And right now, we're hunting elk in 7 or 8 different units pretty hard. And the next 5-6 years, we want to be into maybe another 5 units, as long as the quality's there, because we want to put on hunts where, you come and spend the money, you want to have something decent to take home.
Right.
We do have some units that we're doing now for folks who actually just want to increase their odds and have a chance of killing a good bull, for example. And, it's like 80 to 100% chance of drawing in the outfitter pool, but you're going there to basically just, kill a mature bull, not necessarily a giant bull.
Right.
So we have to keep that in mind too, where, folks don't have 20 years to wait for a good tag. So we're trying to come up with different avenues and routes for different units to where we can maybe put some more people in and take some more people hunting just to maybe get that one elk for their, 29 or whatever it is. But we tried it last year and it worked out really well in northern New Mexico. And I think we're going to do it again this year and see if we can maintain the quality. But other than that, I mean, we're still looking for a few pieces of the puzzle. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves and just, start taking numbers. We want to just make sure everybody has a great time and make everybody feel like, they're the last person on the planet, and just continue to do a good job, because you're only as good as your worst hunt.
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, when I was hunting with you, I mean, even from the time I contacted you to all the way through the communication that you have is top notch. I mean, you're on top of things. I mean, your whole process was just, I can't, my listeners will, definitely take the opportunity to work with you and work with you, figuring out the areas you want to draw for the whole process. I mean, you do a great job.
No, I appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about all the species New Mexico offers and what you get into.
Basically, what we hunt is just about everything. So you got the elk, and you got the antelope first and foremost, and that's usually August. It does go into September a little bit. You've got then it runs into elk season, and in between there's some oryx hunts to do, and if a guy or gal does draw a bighorn sheep tag, we do that. And then you got the mule deer, and the ibex. Everybody wants an ibex. It's a tough tag to draw. And then we do the Barbary sheep or the aoudad. Do take some lion hunters. We've got a really good houndsman on board with us now. So that's one aspect of the business that we're going to grow a little bit. We do some spot and stock bear hunts. We don't use dogs for bears. We do it the old-fashioned way. We do take quite a few whitetail hunters for coos deer. So we do just about every species that New Mexico offers to a certain extent. And I think, we've got really good quality all the way around the board. I mean, we're killing big oryx, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper to come to New Mexico and kill an oryx than it is to go to Africa for the most part.
I agree.
Same with the ibex. I mean, you can go to Turkey or, you can kill one. But ibex quality is down a little bit. We don't have as big abilities as we did 10 years ago, but you can still kill a really good billy. The hard part is just getting the tag, and our sheep are world class. We killed a 195 this year, bighorn on Wheeler Peak, and killed 2 deserts, one on the Hatchets and one on the Ladrones, which holds some really big desert sheep. And it's not a draw state, or it's not a bonus point state. So, you have as good a chance as I do as drawing a tag. So, we hunt all the critters, and I think we have just as good a quality as just about every other state. We don't have quite as many big elk as, say, Utah, Nevada, or Arizona, but we've got the numbers and we've got the activity, and we've got some really nice elk. We don't kill as many 400 inchers as they do out there, but
you got
it's still a good
terrain,
time.
the beauty of the terrain, the timber, it's all.
I mean, the Gila National Forest, where we do majority of our hunts, is one of the most amazing places to hunt elk, I think, in the country.
Oh, yeah.
It's really pretty, and access is great. There's so much public land to hunt, and that's important too. Is just having the places to actually go.
Over the next year, we'll stay in touch, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you as a company, and all the posts and stuff you put on social media as well. Just be sure to tell everybody how everybody can find you here on your website.
I guess we've got a website. It's a pretty good handle. It's www.huntingnewmexico.com, and we've also, you got just the normal old school email addresses, and I can't, my last name is so hard to pronounce anyways, but
they can find it off the website.
They can find it off the website, and then, obviously you got social media, and find anybody on that. So, but I mean, you guys got any questions about the upcoming season, feel free to call anytime. It's what I do, and look forward to talking to y'all anyways, so don't be a stranger.
All right. Everybody can also find them off the Hunt360 platform as well. But they have a profile page with and you can link right to them that way as well.
Super.
thank you, Ryan. Thank
you,
for
sir.
your time at the show
Appreciate it.
here. I know it's been busy for you.
Oh, it's always fun to catch up, so I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah,
All
great
right.
seeing you, Ryan.
Thanks.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.